I mean, technically you could take e5, right? That is a possibility here because queen e7, knight back, queen e4, bishop e2 looks golden. Yeah, let's go. Do they want queen f6, d4? No, we're good. We are definitely good. And now we are not taking because that improves structure and develops their pieces. But instead we come home and we prepare for d4. Yeah. Now bishop c4 or d4. Hard to tell. Let's go d4. Yep. Now d5 take, knight takes. Bishop d1, bishop b5, king e7 doesn't quite work, sadly. That's a bit of a bugger, a pity. Ah, d5 here, take, check, king e7. We can't make that work, unfortunately. a3 is a creative move. Bishop c4 is a logical move. Let's go a3. I like this move. I want to go something. I want to do something crazy. And I thought I would take this. Why am I playing lemon? Bro, you're at my yellow. Oh my god. What is happening here, folks? No volume? What? Wait, what? Yeah, sure I can. Oh, wait, let me see something. Yeah, okay, it's a bit low. I agree. I turned it up for you. Okay, b5 looks legit. Okay, are we cooking now? Are we good in terms of volume? Cheers. Is it possible to win a chess game with pawn moves only? That's the big question now, right? And since we are here for the shits and gigs, I mean, rook g1 castles, bishop here looks like a very logical path, but I want to have some fun. Can we confirm, please, that the volume is better? Alright, time to develop the dudes. That's an interesting move because now that made this one permanently weak too. Okay, let's start. Let's start messing with their heads. G6, wow. Okay, but now if we go here, no castle, yeah? Maybe bishop f8. Okay, it has been a while since we haven't played a pawn move, so let's go pawn move again. ESCF rating next week. I'm happy for you. That's brilliant. Okay, let's go pawn again. Speaking of principal chess, right? Now this I do not recommend, so that is coming. How can I prepare for a tournament coming soon? Check on your openings, especially the ones that you dislike playing against. And keep your tactics sharp by doing puzzles. And you will be golden. That's about the size of it, but it depends a lot on your skill level, the strength of the tournament, your strength. What the hell is that? What? So the reason why we're taking this with the king is because I want to deny knight g4, and the king is perfectly hidden on c2 from all kinds of disturbance, so this is game over. I don't know why they did this, but apparently the 4,000 pawn moves just did it. Now we could take this, but I want to throw in bishop e2. Or do I? I might be forcing the knight to a better square. Yeah, okay, let's not do that. Collecting material. Okay, so that walked into knight e4. Kind of, it did. Yeah, let's go. Okay, for a 20,000 rapid game, this was really, really poorly done by the opponent, with all due respect. Like, I played absolute garbo chess. Royal garbo. And now I'm just simplifying into a quick win. Knight e6 I shouldn't have allowed, but whatever, I will play bishop h3. I wanted to play bishop h3 first and I didn't. That was a bit dumb, but it's fine. Any trade is a step closer to W, and we must keep that in mind. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what or why he played the way he did, but that's not my responsibility. Peak rating of 2051. That's good. That's good, man. That's good. I'm proud of you. That is good stuff. Is that rapid or is that regular? Sorry, as in blitz. Oh shit. Oh my god. Did I mess this up because I wasn't paying attention? Yep, I did. Luckily, we smack talked the opponent. I can't walk out of a perpetual check. He check here and I can't go... Wait, can I go here? No, I can't, because after check king a4, I get mated. Oh, man. Okay, classic throw. Classic throw. Oh, there you go. I just took my eye off the road for a second and I crashed that car so spectacularly. Alright, now we are going to take revenge. Okay, let's go this. He did it too. Rapid, that's very good. That's very good. That is quite respectable, unlike what I just did then. Okay, I really hate playing against this. I really do. Hello, Tabby. How's it going, man? I should have played e5 right away, I reckon. Okay, now we are good. Now we are good. Should we go g6 bish g or should we go bish e? Ah, let's just go here. Yeah, I can't believe I just did that in the previous game. I completely forgot about the checks. Well, he wants to play chess. And in the end of the day, I actually botched it, so he can argue that he's level with us. Why did we play 98? Oh my god, bishop d2. Are you for real? What? Was it a mouse slip? Took you over 3 years. Ay, that's a lot. Okay, let's go f4 and let's go King's Indian style attack. Whoa! Chess Dojo! Dojo raiding the party. Whoever you are a legend. Thank you very much for sending the raid. Cheers, legends. Welcome in, raiders. I'm going to do some game analysis later on. I'm warming up with some pathetic rapid game, and then we'll take it from here. Welcome. If you are new to the business, which I very much doubt. Then please press the like and follow and all those buttons. Alright, let's go. With that move, we cut out knight g4. The plan g4, g5 mate. g5, g4. Thank you. Shout out to the Chess Dojo guys. I know that my shout outs don't work for whatever reason. Also, please, guys, go ahead, do yourself a favor and follow these lovely humans. Huh. So maybe I did need to play g5 first. Dang it. I'm not focused. It's not good. You know what would be hilarious? Play king here. Do you want to play for the memes? Because if I go knight h7, then knight h2, right? But then I can go queen e8. Yeah, okay, let's go back and then in g5. I messed it up a bit, but it's alright. Okay, here we go. I didn't realize that I put the chat on the screen, by the way. Yeah, Zoomja, sometimes. Oh, okay. So does he want to play g3? This is looking really, really weird. Okay, let's just develop some pieces. I'm curious what he wants. Because now... Yeah, I don't know if that was smart. Yeah, I'm not happy with my play today. I don't know what's going on. And that's a logical move to deny my sack idea. We're still going to attempt it. But it doesn't look like we're going to get far with this. Yeah, I wanted to go knight and take, but queen g5 is always gonna be a pesky problem for us to deal with. I mean, we can still float this, right? It's not gonna hurt to float the idea. Okay, so now we are winning a pawn. That was completely unnecessary, by the way. As a matter of fact, I might even go for mate here. It's like doubling up and Matutsky. In a way, rook b8 was a bluff. Oh, there. Okay, let's go here. Rook h1 forced. Let's go here. Oh, this is gonna get pretty. Take, king g3, rook h8, rook takes, and you can't stop the mate. I mean, you can sack piece, but that's not gonna cut it, is it? Okay, I'm not sure I understand that move. So now I just take rook here and it's game over, no? Wait, let me think this through. If I go right here. Okay. So maybe take and then here is better. And you can't stop the mate. Yeah, that's the way. Okay. We figured out the correct move order. I hope we are proud. Oh yeah, the guy keeps on asking how he can prepare for a tournament 47 times in one chat, right? GG. Wait, what? Check. And Matutskai. Martutski. Alright, do we want me to play one more, or are we gonna move on to something else altogether? Yes, this was a kind of Rosalimo. Oh, he wants another one. Okay, well, let's do that. Okay, now we go d4. We go knight f3, we go c4. No, we go bishop f4. We want to upset him. Okay, so now this is a garbage Queen's Gambit decline because there's a knight on c6 that doesn't belong. It's not London, no. I don't know what makes you think it's the London. I don't know what makes you think it's the London, but it's not the London. Yeah, well, just because I put a bishop on f4, that doesn't mean it's gonna be London, right? That's not how chess works. Besides, half of the chat would have disowned me immediately, so I didn't want to risk that. Yeah, exactly. I think that's why he asked, because he didn't want to believe his eyes. One more. Okay. Some people want one more, some people want a lot more. Bonner, what is the immediately response to, buddy? Ooh, that is almost never good. That is almost never good. Now c7 is... Okay, 97. And now it is our time to start trading pieces and exploit the backward c-pawn. So trade. Thank you for the follows and the subskis, by the way. Amakechukwu, g'day indeed. Now this is a bit annoying though, and I kinda ignored it. Oh, immediate disowning if I play the London. Fair enough. That is absolutely fair enough. That's what I would do too. Okay, now I can't even come back. I'm really not happy about this. I feel like I misplayed this game completely. Okay, let's change direction. Let's change direction. I'm thinking taking with the pawn. And then queen g4, e4 and go for a kingside attack. Whenever you're playing garbage, you should always try to checkmate your opponent. Yes, that's a Hikaru habit that you click on pieces 4,000 times. I didn't realize that I did that, but though. Thelma Madeira. Very good question. You are cutting right to the essence of the meta by asking that. Okay, so now we have accomplished a great deal because now we've managed to split the pawns. Do I want to take this? I could, but do I want to? I feel like we want to just come back here for a moment. And then put rooks here and here. And then these two pawns will get a bit of love. But maybe it's not real. I don't know. Okay, so let's put this guy... Oh, queen e7 then, right? Okay, so let's shut this one down first. Probably queen e7 anyway. Bearing in mind that then I have rook c5 though. By the way, I don't know if it makes it stronger or not, but you should try it. Very nuanced opening. Yeah. Yeah, it is my speedrun account. Yes, Maxing. That's what that is. Yep. I'm surprised that they allowed queen d6. Rook d6 rather, excuse me. Now there is a bit of an awkwardness happening on the weak pawns. Chess Club Intellect, welcome in. I think that saying that the London is a nuanced opening is a similar statement to saying that the Yankee Doodle is a nuanced piece of music, right? That's about the same level of nuancedness. Yes, principal chess, which is ironic because I don't do it maxing, but if you go to my YouTube channel, I post there the games where I really live up to the name of the, or the theme of the speedrun. Puzzles are the best way to practice calc. One of the best, yes. Potentially the best. Yeah, but when Magnus says things, my friend, they get a very different meaning, right? Like, we mere mortals, we better just roll with Newton's physics, yeah? So if Einstein said that Newton's physics is a bit shady, I still am not going to jump off of the top of my roof thinking that gravity is not going to affect me, right? Because Einstein said that, oh, you can bend that shit a little bit. Like, quite frankly, Magnus is the least relevant person you should ever listen to in this regard. Because what he can do with openings and chess pieces, no one can. Absolutely no one can. Therefore, what he says that is this and that is this and that to him, not to us. That's the way I see it. Undefying and Nura, thank you for the follows, boys. Cheers. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. Just keep on watching them, mate. That's the way. Are we blundering a back rank, mate? Hello? Matutski. Thank God you ditched that vertical view, says Smurfett. I haven't ditched it at all. In fact, I'm cursing myself for doing this. It hurts my YouTube big time. Alright, for Smurfett, we are going to go to the land of Sveshnikov. Or not. Or not. Well, you are a beneficiary, Smurfett, and that's cool by me. Yeah, this is the absolute pinnacle of the Chicken Chess Club at the 2000 rapid rated cohort. These guys don't push D-pawns further than the 3rd rank. And even that happens when they are hard pressed. Now, do we want knight a5, b5? I guess we do. That's what we have come for. So we are expanding on the queen side. We take this back. We then pull the knight back to c6. And then we can start contemplating b4. Trying to provoke some kind of a weakness. Now this is interesting because now he wants to play d4. But I wonder what the plan is against b4 with the idea of b3. Let's go, baby. We will find it out very soon. There is a chance that take bishop d2 is not a blunder. b3 bishop takes. But maybe it was a blunder. Okay, so b3 bishop b1, e5 d4. And then if I can push c4 in, the bishop has been trapped. So let's try to go for that because it's cute. And just like the streamer, we like cute things on the board as well. Yes, Jack Big, I already expressed my view on this myriads of times on stream that the best peeps to try to copy in terms of chess is the... yeah, I didn't realize that we were going to lose this pawn. That kind of sucks. That's definitely Tal, Alekhine, and Kasparov, kind of. And Spassky and Fischer in between if you want to. But those are the ones that are logical to follow because... that's the type of aggressive attacking chess that most people can emulate. I don't understand that chess and chill in the thumbnail, how that indicates that I have the desire to play a game of chess with you right now. I mean, the chill part indicates that if you are a crazy hot lady, we have things to talk about, but somehow I feel like the chances of that is not supremely high. Tindy will decide. Tindy is my boss. The way how you can tell that Tindy is my boss is because when he's on duty, he is on smoko half of the time. Bishop c3, knight d2. Is that the big plan, apparently? Okay, it looks like we're finally losing the pawn. Which is a bit upsetting, but we're going to get some dark square compensation for it, so I am not overly upset yet. Maybe I should be. Lex the Gamer, yes, I have a very good piece of advice for you. Don't ask that question ever in your life without providing a game with it. You provide the game, I'll tell you what you messed up. How's that for a plan? Now, I initially wanted to take back this way and pursue queenside counterplay against this pawn. But upon reflection, I realized that I still should do that. Yeah, Lex, send me a game and a tiny bit of kind donation, and I am going to give you an Insta lecture about how to attack in chess. So this is a very, very clear case of a unintentional but excellent positional pawn sacrifice, where the rook is glued to the knight is glued to the pawn, the queen is also awkwardly glued to the screenside situation. So there's a lot going on here, and all the white pieces are pathetically passive. Even the back rank can be a problem here at times. That's a good move. Now h4 has become a threat. So we need to act reasonably swiftly. I don't know why, but I feel like we are winning. I really can't explain the whole thing. Do I like Smyslov? Smyslov is another one of those dudes that are difficult to wrap your head around, I think. Coach, are you an Aussie? Well, at least an acquired Aussie, as I like to refer to myself. Luke Halfcamp, thank you, man. I'm very, very happy to hear that. Actually, are we winning here by force after rook c1, queen e2, and then rook here? With the threat of take and rook c1, and we just win a piece? Or I can even crank it up and go here first. No, actually, this is how we start. Yeah, I do give you permission, but the bot might eat it, so send it to me on Chesscom. Send it to me on Chesscom. Or on a Twitch, Twitch private message is also good. And asked India about what our current rates are for game analysis. But I think it's 15 bucky. Guys, this was epic. I'm so proud of this game. I know I shouldn't be because it was just a 2000 level rapid, but the piece activity was off the charts. The fact that your name is Sharma tells me that you are an Indian feller, on the other hand. Now, this is very curious. If I pull back to f6, I think queen c2 puts my rook in a bit of a pickle. And after rook rook e1, queen d2, and there's a perpetual attack on us. Now, I've got a few plans about how to resolve this problem. The very cool one would be here, here, here with mate. But there is queen h5 there. Oh, actually, wait. There isn't, because then queen f1 check. If the queen goes here, I check the queen down. If queen here, then queen here. Okay, let's have a look at this again. Here, here, queen here. King f3 check, king g4. Oh, g6 and queen h5 is mate. Oh boy, can we do this? Can we do queen c7 tuck and in? The check is irrelevant. That makes no difference whatsoever to the whole story. Oh man, I'm so excited to do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, team. You are about to experience something epic. Bishop c1 was the alternative, by the way. I could have done that too, but this one looks so much better. Oh, Tikari in the house. Rankways, I'm happy to look at your game too, buddy. This is primarily what I would like to do tonight on stream. That was a move I didn't look at all. Which, if I want to be arrogant, I will say is because it's bad. If I want to be honest, it's because I'm a potato. Let's go with arrogant. So we have got check king here, check queen here, which leads nowhere. I've got check, which I think wins by force, and then rook here, and rook g2 is, and queen g2, and all those things are deadly. Let's go. Check. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. We also have queen g1 check, king f3, rook f1, king g4, rook f4. That's pretty crafty. Nifty. So once again, check here, rook f4 check, king h3. Queen check, queen here. Can't utilize the rook. Yeah, I reckon we are going to go checkless. It was definitely winning queen g1, king here, rook here, rook here, and king here, and maybe just rook f2. But then this one is cleaner because this mate is deadly. What do you do when you are calculating and you keep forgetting where the pieces are? You're not going to like the answer that I have for this. It happens very rarely. Very, very rarely. What distinguishes my level of calculation from a grandmaster has very little to do with that. The main difference between the way how I calculate when I do well and how a grandmaster calculates when they do it well is that they evaluate more precisely, more accurately than I do, and they quite often consider ideas, moves, especially further down in lines, that for me is not on the horizon or on the radar at all. No, you're not stupid. But it's the same question like, asking why, if Roger Federer tosses the ball to serve, he never lets it drop back. Like, he just doesn't get it wrong. And I get it all the time wrong. So, am I disabled? No. It's just, I haven't practiced tens of thousands of hours my ball toss so that it's so freaking precise that it's always at the perfect point. It doesn't make me a complete potato. It just means that there is room for improvement. That's an interesting way to meet the mate threat, right? So what happened with my friend who was supposedly sending me a game? Has that happened yet, or am I an idiot? Are we getting the game, or are we not getting the game? By the way, Casablanca hopefully was meant to be Capablanca. Friends, is that game coming, or should I play one more? I would really like to prioritize analyzing games, just FYI. So if we could do that, that would be fabuloso. I am an Aussie. I already answered that too. Oh, sorry, I just... Yeah, I was a bit confused about what the guy was doing. Why did I decline the challenge? Which reason do you want to hear about out of the 400 that I have? Because currently I'm not playing viewers. In fact, you might have observed it already, that I very rarely do. Oh, God. I'm trying to remember my own course. Lichess is totally fine, dude. You can get the PGN out and you can just copy it into the chat. It takes a whole of 3.7 seconds. It's Quindy too. Yeah, but when you wrote a course about this particular line, then it's so much theory, it's no longer a good excuse to not to remember it, right? I wrote the damn thing. It wouldn't hurt to remember what's in it. Theory is the death of memory. No, that's not true at all. That is not true at all. In fact, very often it works the opposite way. Because you have to remember so much theory, it improves your memory. Why would theory be the end of... What? Like, no. Alright, I'm waiting for now 2 dudes to submit games. And neither of them doing. Tokyo Skaki. Now that is a very unique username. Tokyo being Japan. And Skaki being... I think that's Italian. Isn't it Skaki Italian? Can someone confirm or deny the allegations, please? That e6 move was a very, very silly one. So now we are facing a dilemma, which I always have a dilemma about the word dilemma, if it's actually dilemma or dilemma. Confirm. Wait, what did I say last that needed confirmation? I forgot. I'm talking so much bullshit that I keep on losing track of what I'm saying. Oh, rank-wise send the game. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I will get onto it in a moment, sir. This walks in tonight before a bit, doesn't it? Okay, screw it. Let's do this. It's risky, but I like to YOLO things a little bit here and there. Yeah, I received it, mister. Oh, so you didn't bother getting out the PG and you thought I can do it for you. Fair enough. No worries. I like... Ooh. Hello, bishop. That is an interesting one. So now after e5, f6 is more or less mandatory. Which is another word that I very rarely can say properly. So should we go bishop c4 or should I go bishop d3? Can't tell. Let's go here. Probably chose the wrong one. Oh, matey. We lost this game? What? Isn't this almost losing by force? To bishop g5, rook here, bishop here, knight here. Rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Picks off a pawn at least. Okay, let's go. Oh, maybe king f8 is playable. I forgot that. That's fine though. Just do something fun against it. Yep, let's just go up a bit. Bishop d7. Yeah, I'm playing lazy chess right now. Also note that take knight g5 could win this pawn at any given point. I came back to read out here, by the way, if you are wondering. Okay, now that is inviting this torturous story, so let's go. Rook to e8. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, but Harry, there is a problem there. And the problem is that, as far as I'm aware, and I invite everyone to correct me, dilemma, just to contradict you there, even though I'm not a native speaker, but for the hell of it, I will do it, is not an English word, is it? Therefore, we can't apply English grammar to its pronunciation. There is a scenario B for that, by the way, which is that I just pulled that out of my ass, and dilemma actually is an English word, and I'm just getting schooled. So now everyone is Googling like mad to see what's cooking here. Okay, dilemma. Let's do this. Dilemma. Etymology. Most people didn't know the word etymology. That's why they didn't look it up. Ha! Latin. What? But, wait for it. By the way, this is gonna happen. I calculated this. It comes from Greek. Greek, my friend. Greek. And I'm pretty certain that the Greek letter I doesn't make the I sound. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I didn't even realize that after king he check, king takes knight g5, king back rook here, it was unstoppable mate. I was just playing on feel, and we scored a beautiful mate while I was looking up the whole story. Dilemma is Italian. All right, here is the winner of the argument. The dude who claims the dilemma or dilemma is a Italian word. Fucking hell, that was brilliant. Here's a good one that I will tell you that a lot of people don't know. The word gym, yeah, that comes from the Greek word gymnasion. Gymnasium. Which in Hungarian and a fair few other languages, by the way, is a synonym for high school. But the ancient Greeks actually used the institution, the gymnasion, mostly for training the body, not so much the mind. It was a bit of a mixed bag, but it was mostly for the body. And then it got shortened from gymnasium, gymnasion, to gym, G-Y-M, which now we are incorrectly pronouncing as gym. But that is another textbook case of a theft from the Greeks, which we then formulated onto our own liking. But then again, that's what languages should do, because if English didn't turn it into English, then why don't we speak Greek or Latin or whatever? So fair enough. I can't visualize if I look away. Here is a hint for you, brother. Don't look away. Unless there is a crazy hot Sheila in the tournament hall, which definitely injures priority over a stupid chess game. Alright, rank-wise, I don't know if you know the drill, buddy, but there is something else that needs to happen before we can begin the process. The procedure, sorry. And that, my friend, is that. Looking away is a grandmaster click that they do all the time. Just send me 5 gifted subbies, buddy. That has no practical value or gained practical value whatsoever. It's mostly a show-off thing that I can actually calculate while looking at the ceiling. And if you consider the amount of time, how much 2700 plus rated players think while looking at the board, and how much they think not looking at the board, that gives you a very good idea of the practical use of thinking about chess while not looking at the board. Alright, rank-wise, thank you so much for the subs. Well, I suppose sometimes it's a bit of a break, a bit of a cool look-sees. Yeah, they definitely don't see it better, so bullshit artistry. Dusting and flying, most chess players can do that, but yeah. This time next few days, unlikely. Just focus on your calculations, Gilali, sorry. Alright, a friend asked me about why his attack sucks, and I'm going to show him that exactly that. And we are going to... Holy Moses, it's 20 hundo. Is this rapid? What time control is this? What time control are we discussing here, Chief? Of course I can play blindfold. Classical 30. Oh, okay. Okay, baby. Okay. Alright, let's begin. So our good friend plays the Sicilian Alapin. It can be happening for 2 reasons, because he's a loyal follower of mine and he plays my club players' chessable repertoire, shout out, or you just chickened out for the day. No, jokes aside, on 2000 level, the Alapin is an absolutely deadly weapon. Most people absolutely botch playing that with the black pieces. Like, here already we are looking absolutely sensational. Jesus. Okay. 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 That is a very, very clever check. Was this OTB? I see. So correspondence. Okay. Queen a4 check is next level find. I wouldn't have found this move because it wouldn't have occurred to me. You're getting distracted by the pieces that are on the board when you're calculating is the same as saying that I suck at basketball because I'm getting distracted by the ball and the rim. I know what you mean, but nah, it doesn't work that way. Hello? This dude is on freaking fire. Wow, man. This is how you attack. We're done. Thank you. Next. Alright, next game. That analysis is over. No, I'm joking, but this is sensational. I even need to wrap my head around what's going on here, but I suspect that king takes queen check, king c7, rook c1 check, king b8, queen d6 check, king a7, d5 check, b6, rook c7 check, bishop b7, and rook d7 wins. Is that the line you calculated? You didn't find it? What? Okay, did you see what I just did then? What do you mean you didn't? Bro, you took on d6. How can you take this if you don't know what to do after the first move when they accept the piece? I'm so confused now. What? Oh, queen b4. But they didn't take it, so I don't understand what you're talking about. When you say you went queen b4, you didn't. They played this. Like, I don't know what you're going on about. And that actually totally makes no difference whether you play this or this. In fact, queen b4 is probably better. The line I calculated out went like this. Check, 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 check. Back, check, here, and check, and that's it. If the bishop blocks, I can take d7. If they go back here, we just pick off everything. Did you calculate this line until here when you played knight d6? I hope you did. Okay, so let's go on. They played knight b6, which is a kind of cute way to say that I resign. Okay. The question is that why are we playing a queen b4 and not queen b3? Sterny Export Lover 69. Cool name, bruv. Welcome in. Yeah, I just would have pulled back here because I don't want queen trade, and queen b4 forces queen d6, right? Not that there's anything wrong with the queen trade, but you're asking me what's wrong with your attacking chess. Well, why are you forcing a move after which you either have to trade queens or bugger off? Yeah, well, I agree. So we are on the same page. Patzer sees a check, Patzer gives a check. Don't be a Patzer. Like this you definitely didn't need me for, so let's move on. Okay, now my concern about this move is that here we still can go like, nah, stuff this, no queen trade, get out. But after bishop g5, you are forced to trade queens, which is still winning. But why are you doing this, man? I don't get why we can't just go like queen back, and knight f6 is not even playable because of this. The black has no moves left. You just go bishop e2, castles, pawn d5, and game over. So if I had to answer your question of what is it that you do badly in your attacking chess, is that you are not doing it. At the first given opportunity, you sabotaged your own attack. And really hardcore. Like after bishop g5, it's 100% up to your opponent if the queens are coming off or not. In the middle of an attack. Why would you do that? Winning a piece. Do tell. Do tell how this wins a piece. I'm dying to hear that rationalization. Clamory. Yeah, I've done. Yeah. Yeah, but see, the thing is that saying that I'm dumb is not exactly productive in order to how we want to fix this. But people often get reckless when they get into a position because they don't understand that they don't have to kill the guy in the next 5 moves or 2 moves immediately. Like, what is my opponent's next move is actually a very important attacking skill. As in, to have the ability to just pause and ask this question. Because knight f6 is not playable because of e5. And if that's not playable, what the heck are they doing here? Alright, let's move on. This is what's wrong, by the way, based on this one game. Wait, what? Hello? Why are we giving up the bishop pair now? Brav. What is kicking off here? Like, why don't we just take and come back? Pawn up and completely winning position. You're winning a piece when you start off with sacking one. Oh my god. This is an incredibly commonly occurring calculation blunder among club players, and it never ceases to amaze me. No, it is just a miscalculation. They think that this check wins a piece, which it does. The problem is that the whole story started with us sacking one. So now we are just leveling the material. Woo, man. Yeah, that's the number 2 worst club player habit, is that you play out a complete garbage sequence based on a calculation that you conducted 4 moves ago. Why would you not recheck before you play a move like this? That is insanity, and it happens all the time. Like, I never understand the philosophy or the logic behind it, because club players regularly complain about the fact that they can't calculate properly and that they can't visualize properly. Yet, they confidently carry out sequences that they started calculating 4 moves ago, and they don't check at all. And it's like, bro, how? Oh, man. Fucking then king d2. Oh! What is king d2, man? Like, rook c2 is a threat. Let's develop, no? What? And I know why you didn't do it, by the way. So what you don't realize here Yeah, he stole that idea from me. I spoke about that everywhere in YouTube. Nah, he didn't steal it, but it's a very, very old concept. No, you were not afraid of e5. You were afraid of rook d8 losing the d pawn. Nah, he didn't steal it. I love Chan. He's a great guy. But that idea is older than the heels. So is the Shankland rule, by the way. But, you know, he was smart enough to claim it for himself. The thing that you don't realize here, brother, is that you are no longer better here. You are not playing here to win. You are playing here not to lose. And losing the d4 pawn is not going to lose this game for you if in the interim you actually develop your pieces. As a matter of fact, now that the dust has settled, this endgame is slightly better for you because we have got a bishop versus knight and the black pawn structure is scattered. But if you don't deploy your army, then it doesn't matter what the material situation is, you're going to get rolled. Now you just have a king that is idiotically dancing in the middle of the board, facing pin, facing a potential check, and you don't have access to easy trades. And yeah, I absolutely no idea what you're doing, man. Like, look at this. You have got one piece developed in an endgame, 3 still at home, and you start going on a walkabout with the boss. No purpose, no goal, no plan. How do you justify this, man, to yourself? Like, what should I do? I should get the guys out, yeah, so that we can have a game. So bishop here, king here, rook here. You should be playing these moves with closed eyes. Because there is absolutely no way in hell that these moves can be bad. Especially since bishop d3 cancels out the rook c2 penetration. I mean, this just has got suicide written on it with capital letters. And ironically, by the way, this king move forces them to play the correct move, or at least invites them. Oh boy, this was a heck of a ride. Whew! King d2, king e3. Wow. Your opponent went full potato. Rook c2 would have caused really, really serious trouble. Mochas, when it comes to I'm struggling with what to work on, if you haven't mastered a certain aspect of this game, it doesn't matter what you work on, it will come handy, right? So just do whatever, you will be fine. I think people overthink this chess studying thing. Yeah, this was an absolute, whoa, catastrophe. Alright, king e4, headed for checkmate. Brilliant. Still rook c2 is gonna kill us completely. Everything is hanging. I really have no idea what you were thinking here. King of the heel, that's right. Yeah, that's it. Accurate. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Like, oh, man. This is begging for my endgame course. Like, have you ever stopped asking yourself, what is my opponent's threat in this whole cluster disaster? Like, let's reflect here just very briefly. E5, double question mark. One of the dumbest moves your opponent could have played. Yeah? What is the threat? And by threat, I mean the threat that is deadly, that makes us lose this game. Because, by the way, just so that you understand the context, from here on out, every single time, the story of the game is this. You play a losing move, and your opponent, well, this is an exception. So you play a losing move, opponent follows up correctly. You play a losing move, the opponent plays something stupid. Then you play a losing move again. King d2 was much better. Then your opponent does something stupid. Then we play a losing move again. This is forgivable though, because at least finally you are developing, but a3 was necessary. And the opponent plays something utterly dumb again. At one point, you need to stop the bleeding, man, because your opponent is playing horrid chess. We are playing losing chess, our opponent doesn't punish it. You need to stop losing chess first before we can get out of this vicious cycle. So I invite you to have a look at this now and tell me what's happening. You are telling me that you were seeing knight d3, so I'll play a pass, and e4. Call me crazy, it's hanging for free. So I'm going to throw it back at ya, and I will ask you this. What is the move that is gonna kill us here from black? I'm gonna give you a little hint. None. There is absolutely no move that black can do right now that is going to kill us. None whatsoever. Which means that we can, for the first time, well, not quite the first, but we can now just take control of the game. I don't understand that the X-ray on the bishop claim. Tell me the move that is threatening us. None. The fact that I can't take this pawn because the bishop is hanging is not a threat. It's a motive. So, based on the fact that black is not threatening right now to kill us, let's try to come up with some moves for white. What candidate moves would we, could we, should we consider here for the white pieces? Let's go. Ah, I see. So, Mr. Rankwise, give me some candidate moves for white. Thank you. A3. Look at that. Knight takes, king takes, e takes d4. Evaluation of this endgame, please. What is the correct evaluation of this endgame and why? Van de Mesk, welcome in. What is the correct evaluation? Who is better and why? No, bullshit. I want an who is better. You cannot evaluate this as a draw. The evaluation is equal, not draw. Draw is the outcome. It has nothing to do with 3 on 2. So, yeah, we have got multiple issues here with how we understand endgames. So, white is definitely better here. How much better is debatable. But whether white is better or not is not debatable. The reason for this is that the d4 pawn is weak. It's blockaded. It's blockaded on the color of the bishop. Therefore, it's an eternal target. Additionally, the king on d3 is like the hero of the day that prevents all kinds of penetrations anywhere at all. And as soon as the rooks come off, the d4 pawn is lost, at which point white is a pawn to the good. And that's it. Basically, the essence of this position is this is the classic teaching of the Soviet school, by the way. Unlosable. You cannot possibly lose this. You can win it, can't lose it. Playing for 2 results. As simple as that. So, yeah, instead we go like, why don't we lose every single piece that we have and keep our king exposed? Now after knight d3 you have king f. We have got knight f2 threat, knight b2 threat. The king is exposed to 5,000 checks, potentially mates. Why are you doing that? Why would you go into this when you can go into this instead? Clean, easy to evaluate, easy strategy versus absolute crazy hot mess, 5,000 different threats pending, and you have got nothing on the positive side at all. Materialistic thinking is not going to cut it, buddy, because you can't defend both of these pawns at the same time. So materialistic thinking is not accepted as an argument because it's the same. This is going to be level material, and this is also level material. So, sorry, not good enough, and you know it. It's the exact same amount of material, except here you are calling the shots. Black ran out of activity. Here, oh, they took with the rook. It's unbelievable that black is playing the worst possible moves every step of the way. Like they wouldn't take with knight. Hello? What? I don't want to sound very, very nasty, but it looks like a game where both sides are committed to losing at all cost. And they do a really good job of it too. Rook d5 is another subtle move to ensure that the king is tagging the rook so that the knight can't move after a3 once we take care of this. Rook d2 was the way to go because that threatens this and 7,000 pawns. Yep, f4 is good. I'm not sure if I fully understand why this move is being played. This king move can... Yeah, why don't we develop? Yeah, calculation is hard. But this, like, again, we are playing a move that doesn't seem to make any sense to my unskilled eyes. I don't think that this would have come up on my radar as a candidate, because I don't understand it. A shelter from what? What are you sheltering yourself from, brother? From the one check? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the idea was to avoid the check. I just don't understand why. Like, why can't we wait for the check and then go back to f3? Since that's a waste of time, right? So let's go here. Because if I go here, they go check, I will go back to f3, right? If I go back to f3 first, I guarantee you that they are not going to play rook d4. Why would they? It makes no sense. Therefore, why on earth would I go back here? Decentralize my king on purpose, making no progress, and allowing a wide range of moves to the opponent, versus activating my rook, creating a threat, and keeping my king in the center. Hello? And yes, I know that a2 is hanging, but guess how many tosses I have to give? Endgames are about piece activity, not about counting pawns. Now white is better, by the way, for the first time in 25 years. Okay, king f3, no sense. By the way, I love how you presented this to me as a, you suck at attacking. And whilst the attacking part was not great, boy, do we know where we are desperately lacking skill and knowledge. Not the attack, my friend, it's the end game. You are an attacking virtuoso. Virtuoso. I don't know. One of those. Compared to your endgame play. Okay, this is messing with my head now. I need to hear this.
Virtuoso.
Virtuoso. Okay. Virtuoso. That's what you are, my friend, in the attack. Radio. Rook c5. Only way to lose rook endings is to trade down to a dead loss king and pawn ending. Again, unreal play by your opponent. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's split the pawns. Let's allow white to enter the center. Oh my god. Bruh. I'm glad that you threw this game in. That was a lesson and a half. Whoo! Hey Jez, I need to sit down. Even though I'm sitting, I need to sit deeper down after this. Yeah, the attack was the good part of this game, my friend. Yeah, well, the endgame technique was really, really bad. But let's have a bit of a summary, shall we? So, yeah, I don't get the whole checking nonsense. You really needed to sit on your hands here and just take your time, chill pill, cool the jets, calm the farm, and just build it up, man. Like queen back, bishop here, castle, kill. And don't ever enter a forcing sequence that you calculated before you were born, because we calculate like Ali Reza and played this. And from here on out, honestly, it was a really, really serious nosedive. Like, bad. That was good. Bad. Yeah. You get the gist. Yeah, the fact that this was correspondence is blowing my mind, by the way. It really is blowing my mind. Also, how can you say that you played this based on a previous calculation if it's correspondence? You mean you calculated it on Tuesday and you remembered it on Friday and you still played it, or what? Hang on a second. I'm trying to make sense of this. Not to make excuses, but I think I was so disheartened by the attack I just stopped calculating anything. You mean you were disheartened by the fact that by move 14 you acquired a position, oh sorry, move 11, that objectively speaking you should win against Magnus Carlsen. This was so disheartening to you that you just went like, screw it, I can't care less anymore. What? Hello? Dude, it's like you are a boxer, your opponent is groggy, their hands are down, they are leaning against the ropes, and you tell me, oh, I was so disheartened that he was not on the floor. I just, yeah, couldn't deal with his incredible strength. Like, hello? Maybe how about 2 more punches and that's it? Wait, what? I calculated what? I was calculating rook c8, knight c8, queen c8, and I had responses for each of them. I don't understand what you're talking about. But my man, like 90 minutes of calculation here. On what? Like, what on earth can you calculate here for 90? There are two forcing moves, yeah? Check and check. Bishop g5 makes no sense because of f6. Out. Queen b4 is met by queen d6. We don't want to trade queens. Out. What other candidate moves do I have with the hanging queen? Back to b3. Right? Okay, now you're killing one sentence there of yours with the next. But I don't understand your calculating habits. Like, you need to calculate knight d6 now. You had to cover this and this. But to be honest with you, the only thing you needed to cover here, realistically, was king d6. Because if king d6 works, that means knight d6 is a losing move. If king d6 doesn't work, it means knight d6 is a winning move. It's really not that hard. We're not working here with myriads of variants. It's either one or the other. So as soon as you confirm that king d6 was losing by force, you are it, mate. I don't understand why we're trying to present this case as a particularly complicated one. It ain't. You just won a pawn, and your opponent has lost castling rights. That's it. Naturally, you look for, do I have a kill? Do I have an insta-win? No, no. Okay, then F it. I just need to complete development and kill the guy with his king in the middle. You actually could have won this game, in my opinion, with conducting absolutely zero calculation for the rest of this game. I mean, just get your pieces out and it's gonna take care of itself. And d5, this is gonna hurt. b7 is gonna hurt. The king is still in the middle. Absolutely no need to calculate at all. So yeah, I don't think that you have the correct perception of when and what to calculate. If I'm gauging correctly what you're saying, but it's possible that I don't still understand what you're saying. Yes, I am analyzing viewer games. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun to calculate these lines, but look, objectively speaking, once you calculated all the lines with king d6, which is not that long, once this happened, the fun is over. So now you just go into converting mode and take care of that. Yeah, you're welcome. You are absolutely most welcome. Lila Queen odds bot on Lichess. I tried the Knight odds one. Took me about 100 games to beat it in 3-2 Blitz. The Queen odds is embarrassing, let's be honest. Like, if you don't beat it with Queen odds, then yeah, that's embarrassing. But the Knight one, I think, is a fine line. GMs fail regularly to win that. By the way, what is the other game in the study that you sent me about? Or that's not you, is it? Ah, I see. I see. Okay, maybe I'll play a game and then we'll model some calculating. But for this I need a bit more time so I can explain it. Okay, let's hope that we're going to get a Sicilian. That's, generally speaking, the best breeding ground for calculation, but an IQP is also always good. Yep. Yep, let's develop. Thank you, Kingslayer, for chucking that in. Right, this is still theory, so I'm not really commenting on any calculating things at all. Knight takes, we take with the B. Knight c6, we play bishop c4. The reason why I play this move order, but I really don't want to go into this too deeply now, is because I wanted to avoid this bishop g4 line, which is very drawish. So now knight b6, knight c3, pawn e6 are all standard moves. I take this. If e6 we castle, if knight b6 we pull back to b3. Yeah, bishop b5 is a line too. But very often people play e6, which directly transposes back into my favorite line of the Panov. So that's why I go with bishop c4. Still a much better line than the a6 line. What? What do you mean, Jazz? I don't follow that. Oh, that's nowhere near as problematic as the bishop g4 one. a6 is at least playable, but bishop g4 is just a forced draw. Sabajit, almost certainly not, unless you have got some incredibly insane chess understanding about openings. And also, I don't understand why you would do that. Understanding opening theory is an integral part of the game. It's like you want to be a good football player, but you don't want to run. It's like, well, why do you want to do that in the first place? You can do well without a lot of theory, but you need to have some. But my main issue with that attitude is that what's wrong with it? Like, it's knowledge. Knowledge is strength. Why do you not want to have strength? Yeah, I had a game like this today, which to be honest with you, I struggled in. It felt like my opponent managed to equalize without too many dramas. And I'm not quite sure how I can improve that, which may be the reason why bishop b5 is a preferable way to play instead of bishop c4. Because now after d4, e6, I can always break with d5, but it doesn't really yield much. Ironically, it would be better with the knights not on the board, which is a theoretical line in the Alapin. Alright, let's go d4. Is the Panov the most aggressive response to the Caro? It depends. The advanced variation has a lot of really, really, really cool ideas too. So, yeah, not necessarily. You can do all kinds of good stuff against the Caro if you want to be aggressive. For sure. 100%, yeah. I don't know. The Shirov is the 93 one, right? That is a different story. That is a different story. Yeah, I would say that advanced is probably the most aggressive, yeah. Fun enough, I wanted to demonstrate calculation, and we ended up in a very dry positional game, so I don't know how much calculation I'm going to be able to conduct here, but we'll see. Okay. I thought that they would happily trade. So the first move that comes to mind is queen f3, but after knight d5, I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Maybe rook c1, rook c8. Oh, that's awesome, ninjas. I'm very happy to hear that, buddy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, I don't know what to do, so we're going to go here, and then we'll take it from here. So knight d5. I looked at knight d5, knight d5, bishop d5, queen d5. Yeah, ed doesn't work because this is hanging. But after queen d5, queen d5, ed5, I got nothing. Which is why I wanted to throw in rook c1 so that in the end of that line I could go in there. Which is why they need to play their rook c8. But then again, I might be forcing a good move out of them. Well, as long as you are using anything as an alternative to the Ponziani, I'm telling you that anything is great. Why you are using the P word as a swear word in my chat is the bigger question. The P word, my god. Where did you learn that garbage? More importantly, why? Did you not have anyone along the way to tell you to not to do that? No, we are already past 2000, and I'm not really doing this for YouTube. That was not a joke, Van Damesk. I'm 100% serious. I'm 100% serious. Like, why? Why Ponziani? Jesus, wet man. Well, it's actually more Rosen, isn't it? That who likes the Ponziani a lot. Okay, I'm too lazy to think. I'm just gonna chuck shit in the center and hope for the best. Also, I don't understand why you single out the Ponziani when you say that you want to use the English as an alternative to the Ponziani. Because if you are a Ponziani player, it means that you are an e4 player, which means that you're not in control at all of what is coming at you. It can be a Sicilian, a French, a Scandi, anything. So you should never say that you are replacing the Ponziani with English, because that doesn't make sense. What makes sense is that you are replacing e4 for the English, which is c4. Yeah, but we're talking now white repertoire, not the black one, Jazz. Well, but why are you giving up on e4 is what really messes with my head right now. I'm trying to follow your train of thoughts and I'm failing. So I'm going in, if knight e, queen e, bishop takes, pawn takes, and then I don't no longer have a IQP, which I'm kind of happy with, because currently I don't exactly have a raging initiative. Shota, I don't know. I try to imagine the pieces, because otherwise you... Yeah, I think you lose sight of the position, so to speak. I don't mean to single out you, Van Damesk, every time when we talk about this, but I feel it's my duty to tell you that you're playing something that is pretty garbage and you should change it. Okay, I'm still not calculating. I'm just playing moves on instinct and hope for the best. By the way, my opponent is playing off his face. Best beginner opening featuring the Ponzi. Yeah. No comment. I'm not going to play a4. We're going to play a3 because that cancels out the b4 square without surrendering the b4 square. That made no sense, but you get what I meant. a4 gives up b4, a3 doesn't give up b4. End of story. No need to calculate. Rook c7 was a really weird move. In what sense? Wasn't that the most logical move, given that I attacked the b7 pawn and my opponent defended it? Knight f7 is not a move because of rook f7. I would really like it to be a move, but it isn't one. Yeah, objectively speaking, we got absolute bugger all out of this opening. Well, then why do you want to switch to the English Van Damesk instead of just eliminating that stupid Ponziani and play something semi-decent like the Italian and keep the rest as is? Yeah, I actually thought that they would play queen c8. They are not playing the 2000 level chess that we have been accustomed to lately. This is almost impeccable, in fact. Okay, let me start thinking now a little bit. Still no threat to speak of because after take c5 is covered, but the 95 is fizzling out. G4 bishop g6 doesn't really yield anything. Unless I can go h4, but I don't think I can. Should h4 g5 maybe? Trap the bishop? That's actually interesting. Huh. Yeah, that's not doable though, I reckon. Because this is on. Hey, yeah. Okay, I have an idea. It is almost certainly terrible. Let's do it. Actually, no, I can't. 93 is a threat. 93, queen e3, 95. And then c5 drops. So I need to play something somewhat intimidating or threatening. But what the frick should it be? I don't know what to do, man. Dude, on your level, predictability is about the 25th factor in the outcome of your games. 25th in the order of how important it is. No joke. Solid 25th. Alright, I'm gonna do something outlandishly stupid, but I'm running out of... What? One second after h4, in a zero thinking, he plays bishop f6. What on earth is going on here? Holy Moses, this guy. Like, bro, who are we kidding here? So the idea was g4, right? Knight e3, queen e3, take, and then this loses. I'm dropping g4. So g4, knight e3, fe. Bishop takes e5. I have to take f5. And they can even take back. And I'm not super excited about life. This is pretty insane. Nah, this was not a mouse slip. It's a perfectly fine move. Very good move, in fact. So what if I go h5? This h6? Hey, what was... Yeah, okay, I get it. But to be fair, right now I don't think he has a threat, right? Because if bishop takes, then I can take back. If knight takes, I can take back. But if I play something cuckoo like g4, then we are in trouble. Okay, let's see what he wants to do if I just pass and play a developing move. Lucky that I wanted to demonstrate calculation and I'm still failing with it. But currently, we're playing a dude who's playing 2600 level chess. Which is very impressive. I don't know what this was. Like, he played it in 2 seconds. It might have been a slip after all. And was it a good one? Actually, I now realize that there is a benefit to this move, even though I didn't even notice that it did. After this, if it was my turn again, I could now play bishop d2 to dodge this trade. Because after bishop takes, I can retake with the knight without having to worry about losing this. And that would potentially introduce this very annoying pin on a5 too, by the way. I think this guy is listening in, by the way, with all due respect, but it's very sus that as soon as I say it, it happens. Take. The frick did I even want to do here? I forgot. Throw him a dummy, yeah. No, I can't because I want to tell you guys what I'm thinking and I can't bullshit you, nor do I want to. Okay. So I had an idea of just doing this, and hope for a checkmate. But I wanted to start with the g5 to ensure that the bishop gets shut out. But then there's problems here. By the way, do I have knight e6 here? Shit. What? Huh. Wow. By accident, I stumbled into a tactic. As in a tactic that actually works. Okay. Did we just win the game by absolute sheer accident? Wow. I absolutely pulled it out of the brown tunnel. Yeah, he's still very tenacious. That was the best queen move to keep an eye on this guy. So now if I go rook c7, then queen d6 looks legit. Oh, actually, that's exciting too. I can take two. I'm playing an English guy, so I'm putting on the Aussie accent. Carhartt Rex, good on ya, man. Good on ya. So take, check, king f1, king f8. Rook c7 feels deadly because they can't defend this. Okay, this is over. I think I did. I think I have, yeah, because, yeah, after check, king here, rook c7 is carnage. Yeah, there were too many pieces looking down that way, right? It felt just... Yeah, 97 is made, so yeah, this is it. It's over. Oof, boy, did we have to sweat this one. And I definitely didn't calculate anywhere near as much. Yeah, wow, what a ride. What a ride. I really feel that we were challenged in this game. And we just fluked the dub. Yeah. Somehow it looks like h4 was actually valid. No, I don't think he's stalling. I don't think he's stalling. Double bluff commentary. So let's go back for a little. So does that mean that bishop h4 is losing by force? To be honest, 95 he looked very, very logical and fine. And maybe after queen f3 he could have taken this. No, yeah, maybe. I'm not playing viewers Shantanubog. So, no. He got a run now, as in run for the next game, you mean, right? Okay, there is a bit of calculation obviously to be done after king g8. So it's not completely over yet. The first thing I looked at was rook takes. King h7. Gee, do we have queen e5 there? Queen h3 check, king here. Check, king here, no more checks. How do you stop mate, buddy? Yeah, let's do the the other one is check, sorry, take here. Which might also work. Check he, check he, check. That's a bit more adventurous. I prefer, this looks safer. And now queen e5, centralization and mate threat, I think, wins, but I will check. So this is when you need to calculate, right? Because now we're looking for a kill. So queen e5, there's no check here. It hangs the bishop, but it doesn't matter because it's mate. Queen check, king d2. And there's no bishop check because I hit it. So we are a go. And of course, bishop f6 is met by queen f6. GG. There you go. That was a bit of calculation there for you. Just quadruple check again. Note how I'm quint checking everything. So takes, no check here, king e1, check he, king d2, check here, but that's irrelevant. I can block it. See ya. My dude played a bloody good game. That was really impressive. Oh shit. I got an 84 score on this. Against his 75, and I thought it was a good game. Okay. Let's go on an embarrassment spree. And see what was kicking off here. Okay. Oh wait, am I on the right cut? I don't think I am. No, I'm not. Now I am. Okay, so g4 was the move. Bishop g6. And then f4. Should have thought about this. Knight back. Bishop d2. And now f5 is deadly. Knight f6. Bishop e1 defending the pawn. Farkas Viktor! Szevasz, bátya! Hello Magyarország! Király csávó vagy. Sorry guys, but when there is a Hungarian in the house, he needs to be greeted appropriately. Using appropriate Hungarian phrases, which basically means swearing. But I actually didn't, so shout out to me. Alright, okay, so queen f3 was dog shit. 94 was Doc Poo too. Rook E1, Bishop D2, Rook D1, all of those. Oh boy, this is not a good game, is it? Okay, so apparently here knight takes knight D5 would have hurt. I don't know how I blundered into this because now C5 is loose, yeah? I don't even understand why the engine doesn't want to take this. Like, hello? It's hanging for free, bruv. Yeah, okay, this was actually piss poorly played by me. What about A3 instead of Queen F3? I don't think that makes any sense. Like, they played knight B4 to play knight D5. Why would I force them to do what they wanted to do? Good one, Retoli, good one. I thought Rook C7 was good. Turns out it was dog shit. Bishop D2 and G4 are the recommended moves. Yeah, I thought A4 was a pending threat. I don't know why. It's clearly hanging. Yeah, I was really not engaged in this game. And here apparently after Bishop D2 this position is plus 0.6. Shit. I mean, this line with this capture and then take knight d7, that is a piece of calculation, folks, that I was supposed to conduct and I failed. And I failed miserably. Beautiful piece of calc. Instead I played this dog poo h4, bishop f6. Now apparently g4 is winning, which I calculated and I thought that I was losing after knight e3, queen e3, bishop e5. The fuck was... I don't know. I don't remember what I was thinking here. Wait, what? Wow. Okay, I did not do a single thing correctly in this game. Never seen so many question marks. What, you don't analyze your own games? Okay, so g3 wins here according to the machine. Because now g4 bishop back and we have the same story. Okay. So what's wrong with what I did? Hello? This move is met by this, my friends. Brilliancy much? Now that was a brilliancy apparently. I shouldn't have got a brilliancy for it, but I did. The real brilliancy is this. Huh. When Queen F2 even loses the game to Rook C8, Rook C1, and if I take with the king, then it gets captured with a check. Okay. Everyone saw that one. And after this, it was clean, I think. I did calculate Rook C7, and I thought after Queen D6 I was in trouble. I saw this. Ah, this is the move I missed. Fuck. But I still don't understand what's wrong with this. Oh, shit. Triple zeros. Yeah, Bishop F2 was too tough, but he could have found this. To be fair though, you think you understand Bishop G5, right? You don't. Nor did I. Because the point is not to take the rook. At all. In fact, every move loses for black here, barring one. One move, everything else loses. You take this and it's made in two. Which is why he didn't do it. The point is that now Queen H3 check is on. And it appears that I can't dodge the perpetual check. Can you believe this? And now this is defended. But even here, check. And the king can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. And now I even have to be careful. Because this is mate. So I have to go here. And then after Queen F3, King C2, Queen here, Queen here, Queen here. It's a perpetual check. Absolute bananas. And now I know he's dead. I think I did the rest correctly. No, apparently not. Yeah, I did. Okay. Holy smokes, guys. That was a very, very, very humiliating, humbling endeavor. Very humbling. When I saw 84, I'm like, geez, was it really that bad? Yep. Yep, it was. Yep, it was. And on that note, ladies, I'm gonna call it a day. I am gonna call it a day here. I hope we had fun. I don't know if I will be back tomorrow, probably not. But I believe I will be streaming on Monday morning, so I will hope to catch you then. Take care, love you all, guys. Go watch YouTube, as in mine. That would be nice. Cheers, legends. Cheers.